Ever lay awake at night just wishing for a better night's sleep? I mean, who hasn't, right?
Right.
Well, today's deep dive might have the answer, and it involves a little something called glamping.
Ooh, glamping. Very fancy.
Yeah, and we're specifically looking at glamping in the Adirondacks. We're diving into this promotional article, which, and let's be real for a second, we all know promotional stuff can be a little overhyped sometimes.
Sure, for sure.
But, and this is a big but, this article touches on some seriously interesting points about sleep.
It really does get you thinking, like, what if there's actually something to this whole nature equals better sleep thing?
Yeah, and it's not just some marketing ploy. They actually cite a whole study from the University of Colorado Boulder.
Okay, so what the researchers find? What's the magic sleep solution?
Get this. Participants in the study, they were camping, by the way, ended up getting an average of 45 minutes more sleep per night.
Wait, 45 minutes? Just from being outside?
Yeah, just from being outside, sleeping under the stars. I mean, wouldn't you kill for an extra 45 minutes of sleep?
Absolutely, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But why does that happen, though, just being out in nature?
Well, the article talks about melatonin, the sleep hormone.
Right, melatonin, it's like the Sandman's secret weapon or something.
Exactly. So the study found that when people were camping, their melatonin levels, they just surged. More time in nature equals more melatonin, which means more sleep.
Okay, that makes sense. It all ties back to our natural sleep rhythms, right? Like
Yeah.
our bodies are kind of hardwired to respond to natural light and darkness.
Yeah, and the article also mentions cortisol, which is, the stress hormone.
Yeah.
Apparently being in nature can really help lower your cortisol levels.
Ah, cortisol, the bane of every good night's sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, when cortisol is high at night, it's like your body is stuck in overdrive. It's almost impossible to truly relax and fall asleep.
And the opposite is true too, right? Lower cortisol, you're less stressed, you sleep better.
Makes you realize how out of whack a lot of us are, like constantly bombarded with artificial light and stimulation. So no wonder we can't sleep.
Okay, so we've established that nature can be good for sleep, but this article, it specifically focuses on the Adirondacks.
The Adirondacks. Okay, so we're talking about those beautiful mountains, right?
Yeah. Lush forests, sparkling lakes, towering mountains. I mean, even just picturing it makes me feel more relaxed.
Right. It's like that instant sense of calm you get just from being surrounded by nature.
Exactly. But the article highlights something super interesting. It's not just about the scenery, it's about what you're not seeing. Less light pollution.
Oh, that's huge. Light pollution is a silent sleep killer. Even that tiny little LED light from your alarm clock, that can mess with your sleep.
And it goes back to the melatonin again, right? Artificial light, even in small amounts, can actually suppress melatonin production. So being in a place like the Adirondacks with minimal light pollution could really help you sleep better.
It's like hitting the reset button on your sleep cycle, getting back in tune with natural rhythms.
Okay, so we've got the beautiful scenery, we've got the melatonin boost, we've got the lack of light pollution, but, and this is a big but, aren't we forgetting one crucial part of getting a good night's sleep? Comfort.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're going with this. Sleeping on the hard ground in a sleeping bag, maybe not the most comfortable situation.
And who wants to worry about bugs and wild animals when they're trying to drift off? So how do you get the benefits of sleeping in nature without, actually roughing it? That's where glamping comes in.
Glamping? Okay, I'm listening.
And the article really leans into this idea of glamping being like the best of both worlds. You get the immersive nature experience, but you also get to sleep in a real bed with like actual sheets.
Sign me up. Luxury in nature.
Right. And they mention these incredible canvas tents. Like imagine these spacious, almost safari-style tents nestled right in the heart of the Adirondacks. And get this, they even have top-of-the-line mattresses.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Top of the line mattresses. Like we're talking memory foam, pillow top, the whole 9 yards.
Apparently. Which makes you think, how much does comfort really play into getting a good night's sleep when you're surrounded by nature?
That's a good question. Because we tend to think of roughing it as part of the outdoor experience.
And that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you do just want to disconnect and be one with nature.
I totally get that, but I can also see the appeal of blending a little bit of luxury with the great outdoors.
Right. And that seems to be the whole point the article is trying to make.
It's like finding that sweet spot where you can reap the sleep benefits of being in nature without sacrificing comfort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe this deep dive leaves you thinking, what could I change about my sleep environment?
Yeah. Even if you're not ready to book a glamping trip to the Adirondacks, maybe think about incorporating a few elements of nature into your bedroom.
Totally. Like even just opening a window to let in some fresh air or getting a bedside lamp that mimics moonlight could make a difference.
It's all about creating that sleep sanctuary, whether it's in a canvas tent or your own bedroom.
And who knows, maybe you will be inspired to give glamping a try.
You never know. It might just be the key to unlocking a good night's sleep.